Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm going to pull out my little notes here, and if I can find them. And we're going to talk about why I'm a conservative, and a bunch of other little things. So first off, for you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Rick Harrison. I have a little TV show. I've been on television for 10 years. I'm on television in 150 countries, 38 languages. It's a family show. It'll always be that way, and that's why it's on television, and it's going to continue to be that way. I just finished season 16, and hopefully I get another one, but it's the TV business. Okay. So let me explain to you why I'm a conservative, and why I came out of the closet as a conservative, because being a celebrity and being a conservative equals a big cut in pay. Okay, so I was born with no privilege at all whatsoever. I was born in Lexington, North Carolina in 1965. I was brought home from the hospital to a mobile home my parents had parked in my grandfather's backyard, where both my parents, my brother, and my sister with Down syndrome all lived in a mobile home. That's poverty. My mom and dad made a total of less than $200 a month. My dad was in the Navy, and eventually we moved to San Diego. Grew up in San Diego. Mom started selling real estate. Things got a little bit better, but I mean, we were still basically middle class, maybe lower middle class. When I was 8 years old, I was laying in bed. I just started feeling a little strange. There was a little spark, then there was a lightning storm in my brain, and I woke up apparently a couple hours later with a mouthful of blood, and I couldn't walk. That was my first epileptic seizure. And so for the next 10 years, I was sick a lot. I would, believe it or not, I never even graduated high school. I only finished the 9th grade because I was really sick when I was a kid. I did 10 years of government health care. My dad was in the Navy. It was all basically Navy doctors and things like that. This is why I absolutely hate the idea of government health care. I mean, I'm a product of it. I would go to the doctor. I mean, literally, when I was a kid and I went to the doctor, it was a 7 or 8 hour experience by the time we got our records and everything else like that. I never had a doctor for more than the same doctor for more than 6 months my entire life. But the reason why I'm a conservative, there's one of many reasons why I'm a conservative, but the other one is that even though I was a sick kid, I was not able to graduate high school, I was, all these things that were all against me, but I was in a country where it doesn't matter. You try hard enough, you can basically achieve anything in this country. Okay, well, being a really sick, but being a really sick kid, in the 70s, when there was 3 channels on TV and there was absolutely no children's programming, I started reading a lot, and I just turned into a book junkie. So when you see my TV show and all that stuff coming out of my mouth and all those weird history facts, that really is me. So then, started a business young, started a pawn shop at 23, started with my father. Like I said, started reading every business book I can find, tried to figure out the best ways to run my business. One thing I found out really quick was being a media whore was great for business. I mean, the more free press I could get, the better. So eventually I figured, if I get one of these reality TV shows, and get a season or 2, it'll be great for business. Pitched it for 4 years. For 3.5 years, everyone told me no one wants to watch a show about 4 fat guys in a pawn shop. I eventually proved them wrong. So when I first was trying to write a speech, and I'm like terrible at writing speeches. I'm not a professional speaker by trade or anything like that. Like I said, I'm a fat guy who runs a pawn shop in Vegas. I was going to talk about just the evils of socialism, and then I realized I would be preaching to the choir, The majority of these people in this room know that socialism is just stupid. It's, it's literally like heroin. The first shot's great. okay? You know, for a little bit, yeah, it's wonderful, but then the rest of your life is a living hell, and that's literally what the socialists are doing, okay? 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 Yeah, it's gone insane. I mean, JFK said, you know, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, okay? The liberal Democrats right now are just saying the government will give you everything. And there's a big problem with that, okay? Because when you're out there trying to convert liberals, which is very difficult, it's really hard. I mean, when you have a liberal just standing there saying, I'm going to give you free health care, going to give you free medical, free college, free everything, I mean, quite literally, you just look like a dick when you say, no, you can't have it. Okay, it's a 30-minute conversation. Okay, and I mean, so I'm not preaching to the choir. I want the choir to preach to everybody else. I mean, literally, you have to go on social media. You have to argue with everybody. You have to get outside your comfort zone and explain to people why this won't work. I mean, unfortunately, we have an education system in this country, okay, that when you get out of high school, only thing you know about a corporation is it's evil. Okay, when kids are getting out of college, they still believe this. And you have to explain to them, no, corporations are great. You know, I mean, every government state, every single state employee, teachers unions, different unions around the country, all their money is invested in these evil corporations. They're not going to get their pensions if there's not these corporations around. If a corporation has lower taxes, that means your pension fund gets more money, and you have to explain everything like that to them. You have to explain to them that a politician giving you this line of BS, that we can have free college, free medical care, and socialism is great, is either really stupid or evil. And that's just the way to put it. Because if they believe in it, they're not very bright, because it has never worked anywhere. Okay, you have politicians talking about Scandinavia and things like that being socialist. They're really not. They have, their corporate taxes are very similar to our taxes now with the tax cuts. They do have a lot more social programs, so they're just taxed to death. Now, here's a great fact you can tell everybody. The Dems really complain about the 1%ers. Now, if we take the world as a whole, not the United States, okay, the top 1% of the earners around the world make $32,000 or more. So therefore, in the United States, the majority of the population is 1%ers. I mean, it's a fact, okay? And the reason why we have so many 1%ers in the United States is because of capitalism. Capitalism works, always has. This country was founded on capitalism. It truly was. I mean, it wasn't only taxation without representation. It was just the people in this country wanted to do business. It was actually illegal before the revolution to make a shovel and sell it in the United States because of the government regulations. That's one of the main reasons we just wanted to get away from Britain. I mean, we had the Boston Tea Party because the only people allowed to bring tea in the United States was the British East India Company. You know, we wanted free trade, we wanted everybody, we just wanted government out of our way. And, you know, I started my business career when I was 22 years old. And I have got to the point where I could retire tomorrow, never work another day in my life, everything would be great. But I love the fact that I can have a lot of businesses, I pay my employees better than anybody else as long as they work harder than anybody else. And, you know, I mean, I could go on here for hours talking about how just the stupidity of socialism, but, okay. So they only give me 15 minutes, which ain't a lot of time, and I've been rambling on for 10 minutes. So I'm going to open it up for a little Q&A because people are always wanting to ask me questions. What's that? Oh, we already got a question. Okay.